Salvete, Miki, or hello to many students. Today we are learning Chapter 10, or Chapter Lesson X, the Roman numeral, of Latina Christiana. The Chapter 10 Latina Christiana starts with Excelsior. Excelsior, or even higher, is the New York State motto, meaning either ever higher. This word appears in many official state, emblems as well. But Excelsior is the official state motto of New York. Then we're going to move down to our vocabulary. We have a lot of neuter words this week. We have exilium, caelum, debitum, forum, gaudium, peccatum, premium, tergum, valum, and vinum. Exilium means help aid. Caelum or caelum means sky heaven. We have debitum or debt sin. We have forum marketplace. Gaudium, joy, gladness. Peccatum, mistake, sin. Premium, reward. Tergum, back. Valum, wall, rampart, and vinum, vine. Wine, I mean. We also talked about a little bit more about derivatives last week, so I'll go over some like auxiliary, celestial, debit, debt, forum, gaudy, impeccable, premium, and wine. Remember, derivatives are English words that are based in Latin with similar meanings to the Latin word. Our grammar forms this week are the second declension endings neuter. We are looking at declining the word donum and focusing on the endings. For section A on page 31, we're going over a few phrases and saying. Now, vale magister would be on page 73, and antebellum is the Latin saying from the previous week. For our grammar that we are talking about, we're talking about the three genders of a noun, masculine, feminine, and neuter. The second declensions are endings that are masculine in nature are US endings. That second declension masculine is US endings. And then the third second declension that ends in UM are the neuter endings in gender. Now, with gender, it could be natural or grammatical gender. Natural gender would be something that is simply naturally masculine or naturally feminine. The Romans had the idea that a lot more things were naturally feminine and masculine than we did because they associated a lot of things with gods and goddesses. For example, most things related to the earth in Latin have the A endings or feminine endings because they associated earth and land with feminine spirits and goddesses like nymphs. But for us, we would just consider those words grammatical gender, not natural gender. And the same thing goes with neuter. Not many things are neuter, but I believe that they put these neuter words in the neuter gender because they didn't associate them with gods or goddesses or professions that men would naturally be in. For section B, 4, you're declining a few different words here in the neuter. So please pay attention to the endings. They're different from the masculine endings. Remember, we put the endings on first, e, o, a, orum, is, and then you put your root on there. The root would be anything before the um. So I advise my students to put their finger over the um or the us or the a when you see that original word, and you put that root, everything before there, that would be what you put before all of the case endings. For section C is translating. You have to circle the Latin case endings and then translate. So this is just for them to say, hey, this is actually singular or plural. Please watch out for the neuter plural and the first declension feminine noun singular. Translation 2 Now you have two words stuck together. We didn't do this last week so much, but this week we're going to do this again. We're going to slowly build up our words. And then finally, section E is your derivatives. Complete the sentences with derivatives as you have learned in class. Remember that all the derivatives are found on page 30 here, and they're all in the italics by the side of the Latin word. We study some more words, we decline more words in class, and then next week, after Thanksgiving, we are going to have our Unit 2 test. So keep an eye out on that. Have your child start memorizing from lessons 6 to 10, and that's where we're at. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and walete, or goodbye, walete discipuli.